everyone, welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jim, and let's get to it. So today we're doing the fantasy book tag, which I'm super keen to jump into because fantasy is probably one of my favorite genres in writing. It's just so much fun. There's like so much you can explore in it, and it's like always different, but the same. Anyway, let's dive on in. Question number 1 in this tag is the longest fantasy series that you've read, and I decided to go with something completely different because I didn't want to have something, you know, very obvious like Harry Potter or Narnia, and maybe this one will be a little bit more obvious to those who've been watching me for a while, but it is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I feel like this is like one of the more wholesome fantasy books that I've read. It's just a lot of fun and different, and I like the way that the story unravels, and like we have very common like fairy tale characters in there, and I just like the way that they're written, and it's just a bit of fun. It's not too dramatic like some of the older fantasy type books, and yeah, that's why I picked it. Number 2 in this tag is your favorite fantastical setting, and I feel like it is a bit of a three-way tie here because I do love my Harry Potter, my Narnia, and my Grishaverse. I can't really say one is better than the other in my mind. I love them all very equally, and they're just all very fun in so many different ways, and I feel like it is very much like my stages of life. Like when I was a kid it was Narnia, when I was a little bit older it was Harry Potter, and more recently it is the Grishaverse. I feel like that's just me in a nutshell. Number 3 in this tag is, besides Harry Potter, what is your favorite book / series in the fantastical world? And I had to go with Lore Olympus on this one. This is a more recent find. A friend of mine showed it to me. I really love it because it is just so different to the sort of normal like Greek gods we see. Like especially with being a fan of Percy Jackson, it was a nice take on seeing Hades in a different light, and I feel like, yeah, it's just fun and cool, and the artwork is so damn pretty. Hang on, let me find a page that is like all art.
Much later.
Like, it's just so nice, and then Hades and Persephone is so freaking wholesome. I can't even. Number 4 in this tag is, what fantasy book do you wish was more popular? And I feel like it has to be this one. I think it's Arcanine or something like that. I feel like it's probably wrong because I never pronounce anything right on this channel. I feel like that's just the go-to. But it's actually by an Australian author, and it was really fun to read. It was very like, it felt like very Percy Jackson yet Harry Potter style. And it was just interesting to read. I haven't read the rest of the series, but I do have it. It's just up there somewhere. I don't think you can probably see it because this is probably blocking it, but I do have the rest of the series and I do plan on reading it. I just haven't gotten around to it, which is not anything to do with the author or the writing. It's because I am slow and there's too many books and I don't have enough time. Number 5 in this fantastical book tag is, what is your favorite fantasy villain? And I feel like I have to go with the Darkling in this one because there is reasons. Especially in this one, I feel like his motives are like not very clear, and it was like very shocking for me because I was halfway between thinking, oh no, he's definitely a good guy, like his ancestor was the one that like did all the bad things, but then I was kind of like, oh, maybe it is him. I don't know. It was very like, I couldn't tell like where it was gonna go, to be honest, and that's why it was shocking for me when I found out that he was bad, even though it's kind of like in the title of his name. But yes, I'm gonna go with him. He's an interesting dude. Yeah. Especially later on. Anyway, number 6 in this tag is, what was your first fantastical read? And I think it was The Magician's Nephew. Now, I didn't personally read it, but it was read to me, and I remember really liking it, and this like spurred my love of Narnia. Because we got most of the books read to us. I think we only got to The Boy and His Horse, which it being read. Oh no, we got to we got to Prince Caspian, but we never read the last 3. So I only remember the first 4 of Narnia, not really the last ones so much, because I didn't like them as much. Number 7 in this tag is what is your favorite Harry Potter book? And it's gotta be The Goblet of Fire. I am a simp for trials in books. It's very fun for me to see who will win and who will, like, you know, persevere over the odds and stuff. Why I love Hunger Games so much. But yes, it has to be The Goblet of Fire, but it's also very closely followed by The Prisoner of Azkaban. I really do like those 2 books because it kind of is showing, you know, things are getting a little bit more serious and a little bit more darker, and I like it. Very interesting to me. Number 8 in this tag is what is your favorite mythical creature? And it's got to be a dragon, but also very closely followed by a phoenix. I've got long sleeves on, but I'll show you. I have a little bit of a statement piece on my arms. There we go, dragon and phoenix. I am a nerd, but who cares? Number 9 in this tag is who is your favorite female protagonist in fantasy? And I feel like I have to go with Zoya because I just love her. I've got so much time for her. She's amazing. I love the way that she thinks and the way that she does things, and I think she's just very wholesome at heart. I love the way that she's written, and I particularly did love her in the duology. Like, I really loved her. Like, just singly, not even her with Nikolai, I just loved her by herself. She was amazing, and yes, I love her. No, she can do no wrong. Number 10 in this tag is your favorite male protagonist from a fantasy series or book, and I have to go with Percy Jackson on this one. I love him. He is amazing. He only gets better. And yeah, like, I could not pick him. He's one of the more likable protagonists, I feel, in fantasy when it comes to men, because I feel like most of the time they are not that likable. But if they are likable, they're side characters, and that's not what the question's asking. But yes, I have loved Percy Jackson for a very long time, and if anybody wants to know, I am quite keen to see what they do with the TV show. And just because the characters don't look like you thought they were gonna look doesn't mean they're not gonna be amazing. You know? There's a lot of controversy out there, and that's what I wanted to settle on this channel. We love them. They're only children. Be nice. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because it's always nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.